All right, so welcome to this video. My name is Tutor Solutions, and I'm from Discrete Learning Institute. So in this video, I want to share simple but important tips that can help you pass your probability exam more easily. Okay, so probability may look difficult sometimes, okay, because it has many formulas, uh, many distributions, and many proofs. However, once you understand how the course is organized and how exam questions are usually set, your revision becomes much easier. Okay, so you can see here I've put a brief or a summary of the topics that you are going to learn under the course Introduction to Probability. Okay, so the first topic that we are going to deal with is Introduction to Probability. So now, under Introduction to Probability, we are going to talk about things such as the sample spaces, the events, conditional probability, independent events, the addition rule, and maybe the multiplication rule of probability. Okay, so those are the only things that you talk about under the introduction. Then from there, okay, you are going to move and you are going to talk about we're going to talk about counting techniques. Okay, we're going to talk about counting techniques there. So under counting techniques, we only have two things. Okay, we have permutations and then we have combinations. So it's very easy concept, and we have a full video on our website actually. Okay, so you have to know how to do the permutations and the combinations. Okay, and how to just connect them to finding probabilities for different scenarios. Number three, you are going to look at random variables. So under random variables, you look at three things. Two things. Okay, there's discrete random variables, and then we have continuous random variables. So what you should know under this topic is how to find probabilities. Okay, how to find the commutative distribution functions, which is the CDF, not the CDF for HH, of course, how to find the expected values, how to find the variance, how to find moments, and moment generating function. Then you are done with topic 3. Okay, so you have to know those general concepts. Under topic 4, which is probability distributions, there we're going to have spatial discrete distributions and also spatial continuous what? Distributions. So these include the distributions that you have there will include let's say the binomial distribution, okay, the Poisson, the geometric, negative binomial, hypergeometric, those are discrete distributions, okay? And then you're also going to talk about the continuous distributions, okay, which include the uniform, the exponential, the gamma, the beta, or some of you say beta, okay, and the normal distributions. That's all. Okay, so under each of these distributions, what you are required to know is how to prove that the PDF of that distribution is actually a valid one. Okay, how to derive the mean and the variance for that particular distribution, how to derive the moment generating function, okay, for a particular distribution, and how to use it to find the mean and the variance. Okay, so those are some of the concepts that you'll be required to know under each distribution. And then from there, you move to the last part, which deals with the joint distributed random variables. So these will include things like finding the marginal distributions, okay, or the marginal probability function, how to find conditional distributions, how to find the covariance. Of course, since now we are dealing with like two random variables, no wonder we're saying joint. So we have the random variable X and another random variable Y. So we'll also talk about the concept of covariance, correlation, how to find the joint expectation, like this one, expectation of XY. This is a joint expectation. Okay, and how to find the joint moment generating functions. So now, once you understand how these topics are connected, okay, the course becomes easier to organize and also to revise. So now I'm going to share tips, okay, on how you can easily pass this probability exam. Okay, without even putting much in effort, just like I did it. Okay, so the first one is you need to revise the quizzes and the tests, okay, that you've had during the semester. You need to revise those things, okay? So those that should be the first thing that you do. Revise the quizzes and the tests you wrote during the semester, okay? So lecturers usually use the quizzes and the test to just show you the type of questions that they consider important, first of all, and some exam questions, okay? Some exam questions may be the same or similar to the questions that actually appeared in your assessment. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Solve the quizzes and the test. Because some of you overlook the quizzes, okay? But you find that the same question in the quiz is the one that will come in the exam. Number two, okay, so I've talked about quizzes and tests. I can now talk about the tutorial sheets. So tutorial sheets, we have full videos at discretelearning.com and you can access them anytime, okay? So now, tutorial sheets are very important, guys, in probability, okay? So most tutorial sheets, they contain questions um, covering the major concepts, or I can say the method that you are expected to understand in that particular topic. So do not simply read the solutions somewhere, okay? Pick a question, hide the solution, attempt it on your own. And then once you find the answer, you can compare with the solutions that you may have. Okay, so make sure you solve the tutorial sheets because all the concepts that are going to come in the exam, they're going to come from the tutorial sheets. Okay, so remember there we have videos to all the tutorial sheets. Of course, we do also have for the quizzes and the test. And then number three, I'm going to say revise past papers. Okay, so I have past papers dating from 2001 all the way to 2026. Hey, I have this past paper. So if you want them, just inbox me. I'll be able to share. Okay. So now past papers are one of the most powerful tools for exam preparations. Okay. They will help you understand how the questions are structured, first of all. They will also show you which topics are commonly examined. Okay. They will help you to understand how the marks are distributed per question. Okay. And it will also show you just like which questions are repeated in different forms. Okay. As you are going through different past papers, and also just guide you on how much time you should spend on each question. Okay. So try as much as possible to solve past paper questions under exam conditions. Okay, give yourself like a limited time and then you see if you are able to complete a certain question in that particular time. Okay, so don't forget, guys, revise the past papers. They're going to show you the common questions that come in the exam. Okay, the fourth point is understand the concept. Okay, as you are reading notes in these topics here, some of you just memorize and the like. Okay, you can memorize, yes, sometimes, but the foundation is for you to understand. Okay, so understand the concept from the notes. Do not memorize them. Okay, so probability requires that you understand what the question is asking you before you can select the formula to use. Okay, so make sure you understand the what? The concept. Okay, and then now I'm going to take you through like 4 steps, okay, or 4 things that I've noticed about the probability fine exam that is going to help you actually pass this one. So the first part is identifying common questions from the exam papers. So you can see here, I've put up 5 questions and I've gotten them from 5 different years. Okay, so you can see 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and then this one was 2025. But look at the question that is there. Okay, so you can see that a question on probability of events is usually common. Okay, a question on probability of events is usually common because you can see from 2017 we had one, 2018 there is one, 2019, 2020, even 2025 there. We still have the same question where they're asking determine where event A and B are independent. 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 You can see the questions are the same. So now you can't identify this if you don't go through the what? The past papers. So past papers Okay, kindly go through. Even three of them, two of them, it's fine. But just make sure you go through some past papers. And as I said, I have a lot of past papers. Just inbox me. I'm going to send you. Number two that you need to do is know how to do proofs. So in this course, they are what we call as proofs. So they'll ask you to prove, okay, a certain assumption. And you can see this is 2018 paper, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2025. But look at the proofs that are there. They are almost the same. Okay, they are almost the same. In fact, some are the same, some are almost similar. Because when I look at this one that came in 2020, 2021, you can see that these things are just the same, right? Okay, these things are just the same. When you look at this guy here that came in 2025, when you look at maybe number two there, number two is the exact thing that is there in 2019. So by going through past papers, you'll be able to identify these gaps and these similarities. Then you're going to use them to your advantage. So make sure you know how to prove such things here that I've written down. Okay. And the other types of proofs is where you are trying to derive the mean, derive the variance, derive the moment generating function and the like. So 2018, 2019, 2020, 2025, you can see the questions are similar. 2025, it's exactly the same as 2019. 2018 is the same as 2020. Okay, so you can see that the questions are similar, right? But the bottom line here is that you should know how to derive the moment generating function for each distribution, what I was saying, because you never know the distribution that they're going to pick. But through the past papers, you also be able to know the common ones. So upper, you need to know how to do the beta, because you can see the beta is appearing everywhere. You need to know how to do the gamma, because the gamma is appearing everywhere. Okay, so make sure you know how to derive the mean, the variance, the moment generating function, and also how to use the moment generating function to find the mean and the variance. Okay, the other part is knowing how to define things. Definitions, very important. So these are one of the most overlooked things, but they tend to humble you and you are going to lose marks from there. Okay, so at most definitions are like 4 marks. So if you just know all the definitions, then it will be very easy for you to actually pass. So each question in the probability exam is going to have a part where you're required to define something. So don't just study calculations. Okay, don't just study calculations. Study also the definitions because they're definitely going to be there. Okay, so those are the advices that I had for you guys. Okay, so now at Discrete Learning Institute, we have organized materials, okay, that can help you prepare properly for probability exams. Okay, so once you register at discretelearning.com, you are going to access topic lessons. Okay, you are going to access summarized notes. You're going to access tutorial sheet solutions. Okay, you're going to access quiz and test solutions, and you're also going to access fully explained past paper solutions. So what more can you ask for? Okay, so through all these things that we provide, you are fully going to understand and you're also going to pass your what? Your exam. So now, instead of struggling alone or without direction, we have the materials that you need to use in order for you to pass easily. Okay, we have the materials that can help you. So right now you can visit discretelearning.com, register for the probability course, and then start preparing for your exam. Okay, I can guarantee you that just spend like 5 or 7 days on the website, just revising through our videos and the like. You're going to see your approach to answering questions is going to change completely, and you're going to pass your exam. Okay, so now for those who have never actually seen our website, let me just demonstrate here. Okay, so you just open a new tab here, and then you type in discretelearning.com. You can see there, and then you just go to the website. So if you do not have an account, first of all, okay, if you do not have an account, you'll be required to create an account. Okay, so you just enter like your details, your email, your phone number, and the like. Okay, and then you'll be able to open the account. Okay, so I don't know what is happening to my network now. Okay, so this is the website. As I said, if you don't have an account, make sure you create one. And then when you log in, it will look something like this. So when you log in, just go on second year math courses, because that's where probability is. And then you click on it. Okay. And then you just wait for it to load. Okay, so once you go on second year courses, you go and look for probability and statistics. So this is the course here. Okay, so make sure you subscribe for this course right now, and then it will help you prepare for your what? For your exam. So when you open this course, you find the notes, you find the tutorial sheets, you find the quizzes, you find the final exam papers, and they're going to help you prepare for your what? For your exam. All right, so if you want to register, you can simply contact me on 0779 96 40, okay, 96 40 and then 10. So that is Tutor Post Solutions. Or if you just want to self-register, you can just simply check the description, okay, below here. It will give you a video, okay, on how you can create the account, how you can register, and how you can start using all these materials to your advantage. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. This has been Tutor Post Solutions. Until next time, I was there for you.